welcome everyone who has arrived from the 8 cities participating in the Access Network that has just joined us. My name is Ruth Mendes, and on behalf of the Lisbon team, I want to invite Hugo Cardoso to talk about a successful project focused on decentralization, the Muro Festival. The Muro Festival advocates the use of urban art as a tool for the creation of new urban centralities and the consequent preference for peripheral areas of the municipal territory, geographically and socially speaking. Hugo studied theater and cinema, developed social and community intervention programs on the outskirts of Lisbon, and today he is at the Lisbon City Council, the coordinator of the Urban Art Gallery. So can you please join us, Hugo, and present to us the Muro Festival?
Thank you. So I'm Hugo. I'm the coordinator of the Urban Art Gallery. I'm just going to share my screen to you. Hopefully it will work well. Okay. So, the Muro Festival, or Urban Art Gallery, today is a landmark of the city of Lisbon, but it has been a journey of 13 years and strategy, developing urban art, creating, approaching residents, tourists, artists, and the city. So the vision that frames the cultural policy of Lisbon is an open, intercultural, and cosmopolitan city, where we build and rebuild for the people that inhabit and visit the city. So for humans, as Tracy would said. The Urban Art Gallery is a project unit from the Department of Cultural Heritage and recognizes street art at the same level of other artistic expressions in public space that we have, such as tiles, architecture, statues, Portuguese pavements, and creating space for the development at a legal level, promoting urban art, graffiti, and their artists. So our policy frame at Muro Festival emerged as an important action for decentralization of cultural offer, as Ruud said. So what are the strengths that we can point towards urban art in public space? It is public, it is monumental, and it is accessible. So there's no codification as you've seen in a museum, or you have to cross a door. It's right there, even though there's a thin line in imposing art and creating space for art to show themselves. But we started out not as a playground in the city, but from 2 panels that we had to develop in the city center. So we have moved in this journey from 2 panels in the city center to all the city as a playground to be able to show urban art, creating this, nowadays, this landmark that it is impressing. So we started out in the city center with these small panels, as you can see on the left side of the image. And this was in the context of a urban requalification on Bairro Alto that implied, among other actions, to remove the illegal inscriptions made on the walls of its main streets, and to designate proper authorized spaces for graffiti and street art. This was where Urban Art Gallery emerged, then initially as a kind of curating structure responsible for these authorized panels set near Bairro and opening calls for artists and writers for visual and artistic interventions. However, as the process progressed, it became visible that the cleansing of the walls was also an obliteration of the history and identity of Bairro, and that these inscriptions were, in many cases, speeches that were worth of a visual record. And that was really important for us to be able to create space for these artists to have a panel canvas in the city to speak on their residence. So the strategy for graffiti and street art developed by Gao obeys some principles that are worth to set forth. Namely the promotion of the freedom of artistic expression in public space, giving visibility and legitimacy to these communities, until then mostly relegated to the outskirts of illegality. So often there was a prejudice towards these artists. They were considered vandals that occupy the city. And there were few opportunities to writers and street artists to perform freely and with proper time, without fear for police intervention. Nowadays, one can observe the rise of activities connected to urban art, giving structure to a growing community. It is probably one of the most recognized international artistic community from Portugal. We have artists that are known worldly, so it is really, it has been a journey, and it is really interesting. So we have been observing the growing diversity of social, cultural, and academic backgrounds towards all of these projects that we have developed in the city. So what were the initial objectives towards the promotion of urban art? First, to win a prejudice, overcome prejudice of the general population who looked at writers as vandalists, but also at the artists who looked at a city with suspicion. They don't want to work with us. So we had to conquer artists and promoters towards the idea that the city of Lisbon could be an ally for the development of their artistic expressions, as long as they were done legally and in respect of other artistic expressions presenting in public space. This was really important to be able to speak with them, not only about urban art, but also talking about tiles, so talking about architecture. This was really important because the promotion of urban art, for us, it was at the same level as these artistic expressions, pavement, Portuguese pavement, tiles, architecture, statuary. It was really important. And also affirm and to grow, to create an ecosystem where Lisbon could be worldly urban art known, this stimulating the respect for multiple and creative species existing in the city. So stimulate research, knowledge, and recognition of street art, and promoting artistic citizenship and the fruition of these forms of cultural expression. So this was kind of our institutional guiding principles, where we thought that it was very important to guide us, and that still guide us. It was to work in an institutional framework, creating a specific unique project, such as urban art gallery in the scope of the Department of Cultural Heritage. Exemption, it is really important to be able to address this. The value and urbanistic integration to reinforce and disseminate an heritage consciousness, to raise awareness around the issues and problems of urban regeneration and to promote heritage safeguarding. This is really at the same level as the promotion that we have. The geographic distribution, even though we have started out in the city center and from the main years we were working on that specific place, it was very important to promote other territories where we had low cultural offer or low visibility, allowing to create an unusual artistic and cultural roots in the city of Lisbon. Those deconstructing stereotypes and associated prejudices. And this on these territories, but also of these people of the humans that live there, and also the humans that worked on this specific artistic expression. For us, it is very important to have the ephemerity of the work. This is the core issue in graffiti and urban art, renewing artistic intervention in public space. It is very, very important. The population participation. We have different workshops and programs where we brought people and humans to appropriate of public space, especially in residential areas, and also stimulating the value of artistic interventions and cultural enjoyment. This is really important. And equity of opportunities for artists to consolidate their work, but also for the signing of new artists, generating projects for huge presence of artists in the city of Lisbon, from Portuguese artists, but also from international artists. It is relevant that one of our developed work, it is to do inventory of pieces of urban art in Lisbon. And we currently have a database with more than 18,000 catalog works. It is really impressive to see this on our website. How did we get to the festival? And the first festival was in 2016, with 8 years of work being done by urban art. And as Jane Dyer would said, it would be built on pride and prejudice. So the construction of our festivals is based on these pillars. We have the idea of decentralized cultural offer, but the construction of our festival, it is pride and prejudice. Urban art is our Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth in Lisbon, so we have to uncover these territories and urban art and artists on unveil their faces and the works. This is really how we built the idea of address those territories and artists and humans that live there. So these are our goals in building the festival. Decentralization of cultural offer, the evaluation of municipal housing. It is the main deal of our work. We work a lot with the municipal housing company. Social cohesion, the consolidation of public space, territorial appropriation, and artistic and cultural affirmation with urban art. It is very important. So we had 3 festivals held in Lisbon. As you can see on the right side of the screen, city center with on the blue ball. And these were the 3 festivals that we had in 2016, 2017, 2019. It is a biennial festival because we have a lot of work to do to know the territory, to know the entities that work there, but more important, to know stakeholders and to know humans that live and work there. We had 3 festivals. We've brought up 157 artists, 112 artistic pieces, 47 workshops, 40 guided tours, and 1,200 persons guided through these specific neighborhoods. What are our guiding thoughts on constructing the festival? Know and be known, show yourself. This is how we can approach territory and really gain confidence. This confidence that we build on enables us to work on one of our main pillars, to work on pride, but to know also the prejudice that there exists in that territory, external but also internal. Explain thoroughly what are you going to do, but don't create false expectations. This is important because everybody has expectations on towards a specific project. Often we have to talk about football fields, we have to talk about housing problems, but it is important to listen and then explain what we are going to do. Don't create false expectations. Think wider. How can we enter the territory, but what can we left in that territory? What can we construct as an exit strategy, as a sustainability? For the last 3 festivals we had, on the first, a local association created a guided tour that had for 3 years long, one tour with 25, 30 people each month. It was really big, from a territory where people didn't went. On Marvila, we discovered a local artist that nowadays it is painting a project that were very important for us, that it was to recover the train station on that specific neighborhood. And it is painting these days. Today, he is there painting the train station. In Lumiar, we had a program and we constructed there a street art park and a skate park on towards the festival. And it was something that even now people are using and constructing something on towards that. So what is the future for urban art in Lisbon? And what are our thoughts on the future? So this is the street art park. This was the project, but this project is built nowadays in Lumiar, and people are just painting the walls. It's that project that we started out in city center, in Calçada da Glória, and this is a project of free painting walls that we want to spread all over the city, to be able to construct an educational service wider than we have today, to be able to requalify sports courts. So we thought that, and tactical urbanism, it is really important to wider artistic intervention in public space, and to be able to be useful also on sports and on urbanism. And this brought us to diversity of artistic practices that are important for us. So this is our future thoughts and our strategy also. So this was a journey from Pride and Prejudice to Lisbon as a playground. Today, And this is important for us because our decentralized action constructed Lisbon as a playground to be seen, to be used, and to be known. It is important. It is worldly recognized, is participants, the artists, the territories, to create interest and some spaces that were not seen. So this is important. And thank you for your patience, and you are welcome to visit us and enjoy urban art and the festival. And the festival in 2021 will take place in the first weeks of July in another city point. It's called Parque das Nações, and whoever can and who can and it wants to be here, it will be welcome for us to receive you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.